because Michael Eric Dyson, Michael Eric Dyson's cornball is back in the news. 10, 15 years ago, I respected Michael Eric Dyson. I used to watch all of his Breakfast Club interviews, and it's just in the past couple of years, he's really lost me with all of his pandering and ass kissing and the big words he uses all the time in regular everyday conversation, and it's getting very aggravating.
And then he sprinkles in some hip hop bars.
Yeah, some hip hop bars.
Why? Because he let you know that I'm an educated black man. That I know what you're talking about.
It's pandering.
Let me say I don't.
How is pandering?
It's Kamala level pandering.
How?
I ain't gonna say that, man.
We black men who have too often failed you, who have too often not said the right thing at the right time, who have been vulnerable to the claim that we have forgotten what you have done for us.
Some of these women married to white men. Yeah, I'm gonna go there this morning. Some of them, a lot of them are dark-skinned black women, and some Negroes got a problem seeing the beauty in dark-skinned black women. Don't you be mad because a white boy came along and saw what you threw away.
He's always been like that.
Yeah, I know, but
he's always been real to where he's engaged with
he
a
has
lot
a story.
of
Like he has a real story. He has a background.
So he's a professor. You got to understand that he's a professor. So he's at a professor at a prestigious college. So you got to have some type of character about himself. And then I didn't mean to cut you off, but then also you got to understand too. He's on TV. So when you're on TV, how you keep people to keep your ass on TV? You got to do, hey man, them checks. Y'all niggas ain't gonna be, if y'all was getting M's just to talk, you gonna do some type of whatever.
It's not so much the lyrics and it's not so much the big words, because he's always been it's the super level pandering. You remember that video he released about 2 weeks ago to black women? Oh, black women, mother queen of the earth, and all this weirdo. And it was just uncomfortable looking at because it was just too much.
But it wasn't for you though. It was for the women. He wasn't speaking to us. No. He's speaking to the women. So
I feel like that level of pandering is cringe no matter who you're speaking to. Because I've heard sisters do the same thing where the black brother, and I'll just be like, you are pandering. You know you want a 6-figure. You just trying to pander, to get your views and ratings up. So I find pandering, there's a difference between praising and complimenting and pandering. And I feel like oftentimes Michael Eric Dyson does a hell of a lot of pandering.
Well, understand he has, what's the word I'm looking for?
Yes.
He has, outside of him, a professor, him being on TV, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. He has what? Merchandise. He has books, various things that for people to buy. You got to pop out. You got to make yourself relevant. Yeah. And then also you got to look at his age too. He is up there in age and stuff.
He's 65.
Right. So most of the time 65, your ass needs to sit the hell down. He trying to stay in the game probably like another 5 years.
Yeah.
They probably trying to push his ass out.
Yeah, they might push it. Well, they're trying to do it with Nancy Mace's help. Oh. So the reason we brought up Michael Eric Dyson was because his name is in the news today because of Nancy Mace from South Carolina. They had a back and forth on a CNN discussion panel. What was that, a week ago?
Yeah, about a week ago.
Where Michael Eric Dyson corrected Nancy Mace on the pronunciation of Kamala Harris's name.
Right. So anytime you hear these white folks, especially these white women who purposely call Kamala instead of Kamala, you know what I'm saying? They're disrespecting her. You know what I'm saying? That's a form of disrespect when you intentionally mispronounce someone's name.
Yes. Well, Michael Eric Dyson fired back, of course, about the correct pronunciation, of which Mace declared she would say Harris's name any way she wanted to. So that was the back and forth that set the precedent for today. So basically today Thursday, a congressional hearing happened with Nancy Mace. And for some reason, she decided to speak up on Michael Eric Dyson And this is what she said.
Begged me for photos. In this text, he says, after calling me racist on CNN, shh, don't tell anybody, we look good together, and sent me a kissy emoji.
Without
then
objection.
The guy
Order.
says I'm gorgeous in all these photos. I don't think he's that bent out of shape on how anyone pronounces Kamala. And if we're going to have that standard, you got to hold it to both sides, not just one or the.
And that was Nancy Mace, basically putting Michael Eric Dyson on Front Street. So basically, after the CNN panel happened, I guess the host of the panel wanted Michael Eric Dyson and Nancy Mace to take a photo together just to say there was no hard feelings. So Michael Eric Dyson took the photo on his phone with him and Nancy Mace. Then he sent Nancy Mace the photo. I think the host asked Michael Eric Dyson to post the photo and tag the host's name in it. So Michael Eric Dyson basically explains, or Nancy Mace basically explains that when Michael Eric Dyson contacted her and DM'd her, he was a little extra, saying that they looked good together. And she claims he sent her a bunch of smiley faces in there, to which I cringed because she took the printout and put it out there and put them on blast. And I'm cringing on behalf of Michael Eric Dyson because I do not understand why he would put himself in a position to be that flirty with Nancy Mace. But
well, I personally, if it's based off of me looking at him from afar over the years, that's his form of being passive aggressive towards her.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? Because you know, white folks, they have a tendency to be passive aggressive towards people, and they tend to say, black people is very out of control, whatever the case may be. So I, on the other hand, took it as if he's taking a dig at her. You feel what I'm saying? He wasn't flirting with her. He was being passive aggressive to her in a way like, I'm getting the last word.
Well, it wasn't just that he said we look. She did post the actual tweet, and he says, "Shh, don't tell anybody we look good together." And then she replied back, "Ha ha 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 ha," to then which Michael Eric Dyson got super corny and said, "Well, your gorgeousness makes the photo." So there's that.
That again, I take it as him being passive aggressive towards her. Right. He's doing it without being blunt.
I get that to a certain extent, but I would never call somebody on the opposite side gorgeous like that.
But he doesn't mean it though. That's the thing.
Still, you don't use the word because
I can use words that I don't really mean, especially since a lot of people can tell, like how you text a sentence, that whether you are playful or whether you legit or not. So I'm gonna take his personality, how he's been consistent over the years, that's his form of being passive aggressive towards it. He basically said, "Yeah, we look good together, but you still ugly though." You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Without saying you ugly. That's what he's saying. That's what I'm taking from it.
Well, Michael Eric Dyson shot back with his response.
Exploit the situation. This is the text exchange. I sent her, Abby Phillip, the host of the show, suggested we take pictures. I said, let's take a picture. Abby said, when you post it, then tag me too, and then we'll have fun. Because the whole point was two bipolar opposites. Michael Eric Dyson on one side, Nancy Mace on the other. So I sent her and she said, great pick. And I said, shh, don't tell anybody, we look good together, with a laughing face and a kissy face. And my point was, shh, don't tell anybody, because we are bipolar opposites. You're on one side of the spectrum and I'm on the other side of the spectrum. And she said, ha, 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 ha. And I said, well, your gorgeousness makes the photo, so there's that. And a little smiley face. Again, I'm just saying that trying to be nice to her in the belief and the effort that if I'm nice to her and I prove that we don't have any bitter consequences from our fracas on television, that we can be relatively kind to each other, and I'm being nice to her. There's no hitting on you. I said, by the way, I've spoken twice at the Citadel. She said, "Oh, that's awesome," and sent 3 American flags, and I hit the exclamation point. She put a heart on the "Well, your gorgeousness makes the photo," so there's that. Then she removed the heart two days later because she knew she was up to some mayhem. I ain't tried to hit on this woman on no day.
Yeah, so Michael Eric Dyson shot back.
And so,
Yes.
with that being said,
Yes.
that is Michael Eric Dyson to his core.
Thank
the corny.
Thank you.
That's
super corny.
Passive aggressive.
But that's the part that I think where everybody's misconstruing things. And
Why?
now you can't even have any and I've always said this. You don't know inflation in a text message. You can't tell if a person's being whatever it is, sarcastic, funny,
He's being
mean,
sarcastic.
whatever. I don't even know if he's being sarcastic.
I'm taking him sarcastic because, like I said, that's his first.
I'm just saying that's him. Like that's,
Yeah, I'm saying. Well,
Yeah.
I'm saying that's him, but I'm saying
just
he
his
basically
personality.
he playing
He kinda corny. Like,
playing
the dude's
nice.
kinda corny. He just
He
a corny
playing
nigga,
he
yo.
playing mean nice.
Yeah, but he used the word gorgeous.
Of course, because he doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean she's gorgeous. That's ugly to him. He just saying that just to say it. Like ugly. You gorgeous, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do think Nancy Mace was out of line because she brought this up during a House oversight hearing when she claimed Democrats have mispronounced Harris's name in the past during the House committee meeting. And that's when she brought out that photo and said, Michael Eric Dyson has no issues with me saying. So he wasn't even really a part of the conversation.
Right, so
she just pulled it out. But
Right. So once again, look how they trying to use black bodies and exploit them in the media. You feel what I'm saying? And this is a white woman sitting here. So y'all need to start paying attention to this. They can say certain things just to throw out a firecracker just to see how many roaches gonna scatter. That's all. That's all what they're doing. And y'all need to look at that. To just don't be so quick to jump on.
But I just still feel
I don't think
he was out of line.
I don't think he was out of line. He was doing what Abby asked her to do.
Yeah.
But he pushed it. Basically,
Yeah, he put that.
He pushed it in the sense like, I ain't gonna let your ass off the hook. You still ugly. Even though he said gorgeous. When he said you gorgeous, he saying you ugly. Cause he he don't mean the shit. You feel what I'm saying? And based off how his personality is, he doesn't mean it. He just said you gorgeous, but in his mind, you ugly.
Yeah.
I'm being funny. Like, I'm saying that term, but it's actually reversed.
Yeah.
Because you can't come out and say you ugly. Because if he came out and said you ugly, she would have came out and said something. Like he used the term gorgeous. Look how she jumped on it.
I would have used a different term, like you look nice or just something.
Gorgeous. It was a finesse slickness. Like it was like a what's the term? It's like a uppity you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get
That's
it.
what it was.
Why is she putting private messages on blast?
Because she's a Karen.
I told y'all, man. Media.
She's
bro.
out of line for that
The
too.
That's
media.
what I was about to say. Like that's one of the main things. If this is supposed to be a private message or communication between you and
because she trying to get one. If she's up for election, she trying to get votes. You feel what I'm saying?
She's trying to make Michael. She's trying to Emmett Till. She's trying to Emmett Till Michael Eric Dyson.
Exactly.
MED.
Exactly. So again, y'all have to. Man,
But always remember, this situation would have never happened if Michael Eric Dyson wasn't trying to be a cornball.
well, I mean,
Like this all stems from Michael Eric Dyson being a
Michael
cornball.
being Michael, yo.
exactly. That's him, man.
Nah, if him
That's
is
him.
texting her some rap lyrics.
No. Hey,
Now if
probably
he had
did that
texted her
too.
some rap lyrics,
he probably did that.
He made a text
she-
that Brenda got a baby
she-
just so she got some context.
Right. She just showed you.
I'd have
what
texted her
she-
black girl lost.
She just showed you what she wanted us to see. That's all.
Well, I still, I mean,
Because he said
Yeah.
she put love up under.
Yeah, she
what
put
he
a heart
said,
under
a
it.
heart under it, and then a day later she removed
Then
it.
he removed everything.
Right, she removed the heart because she was planning on
Gotcha.
using,
Yeah, I mean,
right,
that's
she was
all it
planning
is.
on
Trying
using
to
what
get
said against him.
That's still on him for putting himself
it
in a
ain't on
position
him,
like
man.
that.
All right, man. See,
I don't think he did
again,
it.
that's too loose, bro.
As a married
That's
man,
too
such
loose.
as he is, and I don't think he put himself in any position.
No, 'cause
if
he
anything,
is-
I'm sure that's how he normally conversates with,
Yeah,
or communicates
exactly.
with people. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. There's nothing out of the norm with what he's saying or doing. I'm just trying to figure out why is she moving about it. in
Because
this
she's
manner,
trying to
like-
embarrass him.
Like he's trying to
She's
bag
try-
that or something.
Listen, because that's the pattern, man. Just throw some out there on and niggas gonna jump on that
Because
shit.
even, now that you even mentioned that part, like even when I'm thinking about like when I was watching the Breakfast Club, like when they do their live streams or whatever, they always take pictures with everybody that comes up there, whether
Right.
they rock with them or not.
Right.
They take pictures with every after their heated exchange or
yeah,
whatever.
but what's the name?
They take pictures.
Abby specifically asked them to do that because if you saw the act, I seen it.
You talking about Abby Phillips?
Yeah.
Yes.
Abby Phillips asked him to do it because the exchange was heated because
She wanted to embarrass him.
She was like, "I'll call her what I want to call her." He was like, "Nah, you ain't gonna call her that because that's a racist term of being disrespectful when you intentionally saying a person's name wrong." Then she's like, "Oh,
We did
you
say
try
South
to-"
Carolina, correct?
Right, exactly. She's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
"Oh,
she's from
she
your
was like,
state.
oh,
Like I
exactly."
said, we did say South
Excuse me.
Carolina.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he said, "Oh, you calling me a racist? You calling me a racist?" So she getting him back because he said that was a racist tactic, which she was doing, which it is. Cause your girl Huckabee, strong jaw Huckabee, ugly.
So
ass.
slow, Sarah.
Yeah. She talking about Kamala. She said her name wrong. Talking about somebody need to
I don't
humble
think
her.
she can help it though.
She ugly,
Yeah.
bro.
It's in her eyes.
Listen,
Yeah.
She all in her-
hey, that was
the little eye
She
piece.
swagger Jack
Hey,
Forrest
listen.
Whitaker.
I'm gonna tell you, people who taking the Ozempic, you getting lipo, whatever the doing to get the weight off your ass, y'all still got to work out. Let me explain something to you. If you was a person that's 5'9", 5'7" and up, and you carry 250 plus, right? And you got over 75 to 100 pounds removed, right? It's gone. Where the you think the flab is going? This sagging. And now you're going to have to pay for surgery to get that.
That is one thing I'm learning. You can't lose weight
Sarah
without
Huckabee,
physical activity.
You seen her as she was easily 250 all the time. She was a fat girl the whole damn time.
What did she do? Did she
must got that
that
lap
surgery?
band, that surgery lap
Lap
band,
band.
something, because you see her cheekbones. See, anytime a person really works out and they keep, you see the structure of the cheekbones. See, Sarah had a triple chin.
Yeah.
So now she got the cheekbones.
It's pretty rough on Sarah Huckabee's side.
Ugly. Out here talking about your children should humble your ass because you ugly.
Yeah, that clip.
Your kids need to humble. Hey, mama, you might have lost that weight, but you still ugly. Ugly. Yeah, you need to be humble.
Yeah, for those not knowing,
Yeah, you out here talking about people talking about Kamala. Kamala needs to be humble.
As my eyes fill with tears, my sweet daughter reaches up, pats my shoulder, and says, "It's okay, Mommy. One day you can be pretty too." So my kids keep me humble. Unfortunately, Kamala Harris doesn't have anything keeping her humble.
Sarah Huckabee was at a rally earlier this week and mentioned that Kamala Harris isn't humbled because she has no biological kids. She also mentioned that biological kids keep you humbled, which is, and she said some quote about her daughter calling her, what was her daughter?
Her kids was like basically saying, "Mama, you still ugly out there."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I heard her say that, and I'm like, yo, Sarah Huckabee, your kids are.
but your kids were right though.
They're right, but you shouldn't say that to your mom. That's an ass whooping when I'm growing up.
But you right. That's it. Yeah, you right. In the black community, get your head taken off. What?
Well, you ain't supposed to be lying.
Right.
So
Yeah.
just being honest children.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
so
that is
Sarah,
true.
she look even more manly.
Yes.
You should have kept the fat on your ass. It made you look feminine, soft, and you look hard and rough. Like damn, you look like your bones. You cutting the elbows and cheekbones. You scare somebody.
Yeah.
Gym.
Exactly. So
Chop suey goddamn body. Your kids told you the real shit.
Shout out to Just Debbie. She just subscribed. Hello, everyone.
All
as
right.
she said.
Hello.
Yes, thank you for subscribing.
Thank
Make
you.
sure you like and share with your friends.
Let's go. Let's make this thing jump.
Yeah, we're always looking for new subscribers to help support the show.